Welcome back, everybody. Epicenter, Qualifier, Southeast Asia Division, TNC versus Mineski. Game number 2, Mineski, 1 game up. A big strategy win, we could say, for game number 1, right? You said they were pretty outdrafted, Mineski.
Yeah.
So, maybe the draft will change things around a bit.
I would like, by the way, if people gave us feedback through Twitter, your Dota capitalists, I'm Blitz_Dota. If you guys prefer, for games like this, where they're like qualifier games, if we just explain things more rather than trying to go for hype. I personally think it's like a better way, but you know, if viewers don't like it, then
it's more fun for the both of us, right? Because as you guys know, Veggies is going on, and Blitz is essentially teaching us a lot of high-level concepts when it comes to Dota. So we're gonna try and explore that a little bit when it comes to these qualifier matches, because Blitz has learned a lot in his time at Liquid.
It's actually pretty insane. Like, this whole world that I had like absolutely no idea about.
I know. I remember you told me, you were like, when Crow was talking to me, it felt like...
Yeah, I felt like I just wasted my life playing Dota, honestly. I was like, why did I do this? But now it's cool because now it's like opening up new pathways, and it doesn't feel like the game is like stagnant anymore. Yeah, for me, which is awesome. Before, oh man, that guy's crazy. Guys, high-level captains. Oh yeah, March. Let's have March and
March and QO.
Me and QO used to always have bets. Like, before the games we'd play, we'd be like, all right, if you feed solo first blood, that's a meal.
I'm going to link it in chat so you guys know what we're talking about.
Okay. So they take Bounty, which is like the hero right now. Everybody's picking it. I still can't get over that nobody's first to picking Earth Spirit. Just do it for dramatic effect, at least.
No. Well, Mineski will ban it away from TNC now, but they already have the Oracle and Sven combo in their hands.
I wonder why they... I guess they just like Oracle.
Yeah, seems like it.
My only implore, I implore TNC Pro Team to not run a single core Sven. The way that net worth is like distributed now, and with how kills work, if you lose that single core Sven, the game just ends. Like, no matter how far ahead you were, because the way that Sven works is, you get 20k net worth, then the next guy has like 10k. You're just like, oh, I'm Sven. Then you have an 8-second BKB and you die. Then you give it all away.
Well, they at least have a pretty good hero to make sure he doesn't give it all away in the Oracle. And they're going to go with the same combination. Seems like TNC are just kind of daring Mineski. I mean, Sven and Draw Ranger, I would say, occupy kind of similar roles when it comes to their mid-game oriented pushing. Sven's probably a bit more farm oriented.
I think Sven is a bit better at battling.
Yeah.
Of course, as we saw the Dro last game, almost exclusively just push with his team when she had the advantage. And she was getting zoned out pretty hard in fights. But Sven is different. He can upfront for you. The difference is that Sven doesn't win you your lanes like Dro does.
Right.
Which it seems, from my time in C, what I remember is that it was really common to just go for the win your lanes into snowballing. It was nice to watch them, TNC though, recognize that they had to save that offlane tower. It's really good.
Bounty Hunter is... I guess not. I was thinking, like, it's an appropriate response to Doom, right? Like, but no, it's actually not. If it was a Chen, maybe that'd be fine. But Doom's just going to be able to eat a creep, run and go gank, and he's just going to have a bigger impact on that lane, most likely. At this point, TNC just have to ensure their mid lane, right?
Yeah.
Because it's against Bounty Hunter OD.
It's hard, though, because the thing about Bounty that makes it really difficult to play against is that you devote so many resources to a 4 position. Like, even Doom you won't do that much against. Doom's hard to kill and kind of annoying, but Bounty Hunter, you're going to constantly have sentries because you don't want to get caught out in a fight, just get 4-man tracked, and then the game just becomes like a 1k net worth swing or anything like that. I think that part's pretty hard.
Oh. What do you think are good ways to... I mean, Mineski probably just go late game now, right?
Mineski? You don't want to go too late game, though. Because if you go too late game and you go super greedy, it usually never works out. You have to, like, find this balance where you can still fight.
Okay, so more, let's say more mid-game oriented, but not going for push, right? You can't. I feel like it very clearly showed Mineski just aren't good enough to deal with the Doom, and the way he was able to respond to their attempts at pushing.
For sure, they're gonna take the Witch Doctor again, which I kind of disagree with, because you saw in last game how little impact it had. I sort of think you need one wave clear on your team against TNC. That'd be really helpful. Also, they still have no way of fighting around Roshan Pit.
What would you have liked to seen, wave clear wise?
Maybe even Phoenix or something.
We talked about this though. Phoenix, I'm not a big fan of without the other support having a disable.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it'd be really greedy to pick Bounty plus.
What about Wyvern?
Witch Doctor just kind of feels underwhelming though.
Yeah. What about Wyvern?
Wyvern sounds okay, but I think I really like Wyvern against like mass summons or necro books or something.
Yeah, where Winter's Curse is really powerful.
Yeah. Spectre. Okay, so this is, you're right. As soon as we recognized the Bounty OD, it was going to be late game. But
10 seconds
Spectre is not really. Spectre is one of the better carries because she does it all. She provides mid game fights, as we saw when MVP was using it at Dota Pit. She provides almost unquestioned late game.
But don't they have to have like a super aggressive offlaner now? Because they have these kind of like static, like I don't see them guaranteed winning team fights right now. Like OD can be hit or miss, right? If he's initiated on, he can do nothing. Bounty Hunter makes the team fights, maybe he scouts things out and team makes it so the team fights are a lot better when you win them, but he doesn't guarantee that you win the fights, nor does Witch Doctor.
Yeah.
What kind of offlaner guarantees that though? Bat Rider?
Gotta look at it. That's Jakiro mid, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, I guess so.
We saw Complexity toy around with it. Bat sounds okay, because then you could insta lasso into getting control, and it's pretty.
So play the pick off style rather than win team fights.
It's okay on Radiant. And it's good for Roshan fights, because remember we were talking about they need. I think TNC can go for early Rosh, and Mineski needs some way to counter that.
So, all of a sudden, a pretty heavy push lineup comes out from TNC with their 4 and 5 picks.
Oh, Bat gets even better. I think Bat owns Enchantress.
Yeah.
Oh, Bat's banned. We're tards.
We are. That was the 1-2. Man,
I never
there's
see
no
it in first
offlaners left.
Yeah, there's actually like none. That's why they had to go for Enchantress.
10 seconds remaining.
You can't pick something that farms. You would almost auto lose. People are going to be sad at us now that we didn't see the Bat ban. But I honestly just don't expect Bat to be banned anymore.
Reserve time, 5 seconds
How do they not?
I don't know.
How do they not pick their offlaner? Oh, Tidehunter. Oh, okay. That was obvious.
Yeah, Tidehunter was obvious.
Yeah. It's just hard for us to see these picks because we don't have a hero pool to look at.
I'm so bad at that.
Yeah, me too.
Actually, you know who's really good at
tough.
Being able to do it? Bulba. Like because he knows the heroes really well. But for me, I still need the reference point.
I mean, Bulba just is a savant, all things Dota, so that doesn't surprise me.
Congrats to him on his spot on EG.
Yeah. What do you think about that, by the way? Give me your realistic expectations. Do you think they are able to be as successful as the old EG?
I hope they are, because it'd be funny. It'd be so funny for me. So I don't know if I should reveal this, but we have this chat. It's me, Artur, EGM, and Bulba. We just make fun of each other constantly. And as soon as any alliance or secret lose to EG, I'm just gonna spam Bulba's face in that chat, like just pictures of Bulba nonstop. I cannot wait. I think they're gonna be pretty good though. I think AUI as a carry it's a pretty cool concept.
Yeah.
Because I know Fear doesn't really want to switch positions.
And that might help out with some of the communication issues that they said they had before with AUI.
Yeah, because in this meta, it's not really necessary for your carry to be super active. Yeah. All your carry has to let you know is, I can fight, I can't fight.
Right.
For anybody that wants to know, from my observations from when I was at Liquid's bootcamp, what it really comes down to is, like, at some point, as a carry, you're going to know best when you can fight and take fights. And that's when you want to let your team know, like, oh, I feel like I can win this fight for us. I feel like I can't.
Feels like the mid lane has become more strategic and the safe lane has become more like mechanical almost.
Yeah.
Like in that sort of like
For this
the
patch,
players who are like super
30
mechanical and
seconds
just
to
don't need to think about strategy too much. Now it seems like the safe lane carry is more that position.
that's why we were able to see Artur go to the safe lane. Like, he just kind of switched because of the patch, but it's the same kind of with the mid lane right now. It might not be because before it was the farming one, right?
Yeah.
But for now, anyways, it's the one where you have to communicate the most. I think with, for example, your 2 supports.
What do you think?
The battle begins.
It was kind of cool move. Jesse Vash TPing out, scouting the rotation really early. I'm just not sure about this ward. I guess it's just a ward that's unlikely to be countered.
Yeah, it's pretty okay for just spotting general rotations by the Enchantress.
Do you
Did
think
they
it
ward
blocks
out their own thing?
Do you think it blocks out the hard camp? It probably does.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why he put it.
It serves a good purpose too.
Yeah.
This Enchantress though, Sam H. It was the Nature's Prophet last game, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely was. I'll never forget that name now.
I mean,
Sam H. What a god. Oh, this was kind of bad.
yeah.
He didn't block the range creep. bo3 should get a lot out of this lane. It's really hard for Sven to do anything against the Tide. Because you can't commit the stun. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah. And Oracle is actually not very good versus Tidehunter either.
Yeah.
Just because the natural tankiness of the hero
Oh,
doesn't
man.
lend you to being able to zone him.
Oracle went for the pull to try to stack this camp, but was unable to. Unfortunate. Now the lane is pushing in, and you've got a Tidehunter who got a free level 2. The Bounty Hunter, I like what Jesse Vash is doing, by the way. He's securing the safe lane for his team because he realizes that going mid won't accomplish as much as he wants it to.
In a way, though, I would say that securing the safe lane would be better if you were sitting on the Enchantress. Like, if they'd blocked out this camp.
I sort of agree. I think he does need to be down here, but I don't think he's being super efficient.
Yeah.
But I think the idea is, in concept, is correct.
They're going to try and go on Jesse here. They drop the counter ward inside of the trees and are going to be able to have a bit of vision, but not enough to finish him off. Fortunately, the cast came in from Jules, and it seems like that bit of a slow from the dagger. Still, though, the damage is already done. TNC are going to win this duel off lane.
Yeah, they're pressuring the Spectre really hard and making it hard for him to CS. The good news, though, is that, again, we talked about it, like, Tide is really happy in this lane.
Oh, yeah. Just
They can't do
block the
anything
pull.
against him. Like, Tidehunter is not an ideal... a lot of times it's hard to run him just because he gets zoned out really easily. But I really like that Mineski have realized with the picks that TNC have that this is really greedy. They can take advantage of this. That's why, for example, you saw... what was that team? Secret run Lion a lot in dual lanes because Lion has, as a support, at level 3 has one of the highest kill potentials in the game.
Oh, Jesus, Ben-Hur made a bit of a mistake trying to challenge the Jakiro there.
Don't ever fight the Jakiro, man.
Yeah, this is nice, though. Was it you they were talking about? Oh, they're actually going to go for the dive here, and they will be able to land it, too. The Centaur Conqueror lands, and Ben-Hur dies to the Doom.
Easy kill.
Was it you who were talking about? Maybe it was someone else. The best way to deal with OD is... I think it was Swindles, actually, at Dota Pit. He said that it's really important for you to be able to have heroes that messes with OD's attack speed.
Oh, I guess, yeah. I didn't say that.
Yeah,
That's a good point, though. I like that.
So, like, the Jakiro mid. Appropriate response, right, with the liquid fire. Because I remember a team was, like, they drafted, like, a bunch of attack speed slow. I can't remember. Like, Enchantress was one of them, right? OD just can't really right-click her. So, at least on the early time, before he gets BKB, he isn't that effective in team fights.
It's a cool concept, too. I like that. Swindles, what a captain. It's really hard for Ben-Hur to trade hits, too, because Teehee's gone for boots first. So what he's doing is he's just kiting him around. Like, he's getting the hit off, then running back before Ben-Hur can get the exchange.
Even worse, like, sometimes Ben-Hur does move forward and Teehee greets him with dual breath and liquid fire before he gets off a single right-click.
Yeah. This lane, I think,
So that's
still
a
okay for
combination.
OD. Because OD should still be able to get his own farm.
Yeah. It's a 66 attack speed slow when he hits them with both right now.
It's rough. Okay, so at top, Tide's just
Free farming.
Yeah, you notice that the Sven isn't even bothering throwing out the stun. It's like, what does this do?
Yeah.
That's an 800 HP Tide Hunter that has Arcanes already. Oh man, this
Oracle
is
doesn't even have Fate's Edict yet, so he can't even efficiently heal Raven.
Yeah. I don't think this is...
Look at his right clicks do nothing. 53 damage, Kraken Shell absorbs 24.
Okay, what...
Half of his damage is gone.
I think what actually has to happen is they have to rotate somebody up here. Because there's no way that you can allow your Sven to get underfarmed in this game.
Jesse's going for the courier. Knows the timing. Will get the one hit. Can he get the second one? Just barely. He may end up dying to the Doom, though. He used the last bit of his invis. Oh, he gets away. Scorched Earth, not going to be able to run him down.
Well played. It's fortuitous timing. Really hurts the Jakiro, too.
So when I was learning Bounty Hunter,
Yeah.
I just followed Febby a bunch. And Febby, you could tell, he's got the timings down when it comes to courier rotations.
Yeah. I remember you told me it was random, or like you felt like it was just fortuitous.
Sometimes, yeah.
I would watch the replays, and I feel like it happens for him way too often.
Yeah.
For it to be just like random luck.
Yeah.
I almost just feel like he kind of knows, like, oh, this is when this happens. This guy's waiting for this item.
One thing I noticed is that when he sniped the courier, walking courier, he always rotated like preemptively, like right as the courier would respawn. Yeah. He always rotated into position, ready to intercept it again.
Gotcha.
What a guy! Oh.
Oracle dead at the top lane.
This
got ravaged.
You guys actually, come on, TNC, you got to do something about this dude. bo3, this just feels like a pub game for him. And the trade-off is that TNC thought that their offlane was going to get a lot more than this and zone out the Spectre. But the Spectre, for the most part, is done okay. And
yeah, he's 43 and 10. That's actually amazing.
Yeah, that's good job.
AU is actually going to go down now with the Maledict.
Oh,
striking him down. A good casket bounce to the Doom twice really helped that one out. But now that's going to get our Spectre level 6.
This is... Okay, so Mineski right now are in full control. That even if their mid laner dies, it doesn't matter because your Spectre is going to be a Spectre. And he's getting a lot more farm than he should have. TNC was hoping that as a result, they'd be able to trade. And a lot of this comes down to Jesse Vash actually securing the safe lane for his team. It's really easy for bounty hunters to simply just sit on mid and never rotate. Mm-hmm. But it's important that you secure your safe lane at all times. Look at the difference it's making for them.
Now he's going to rotate into the enemy jungle, spots out the Doom, but I think he wants to go top and help the Tidehunter get another kill.
Tide's already got a mech almost 600 gold away.
That's kind of interesting even for level 2 of Shadow Walk.
Top tower is under attack.
Yeah, it is.
Rather than the Shuriken.
Oh. Anybody can die here. Run away from Booker. He's so crazy.
Level 4 Anchor Smash. No melees can fight him.
Yeah.
He's going to have a mech so quickly.
I think the timing of it is supposed to come around like 13 minutes. 14 minutes. He is gonna beat that by a lot. He hasn't even had to go to the jungle. No Iron Talon for this guy. He's got that casual ring of protection that you know he wanted to turn it into.
Yeah.
He's like, no, it's okay. I just runs at them.
Jesse shows up. They're gonna go on the Doom here. bo3 doesn't have Ravage, so they can't quite get him until up the Spectre. Forgot about that guy. Still going to be able to get the dagger. Raven knows he's not escaping, so he turns around, just tries to dish out damage. But, of course, bo3 takes half that damage away with the Anchor Smash. Makes it pretty easy. Mid lane.
They have to abuse this OD if they're going to do anything. They're getting too far behind in lanes.
Teehee's been doing all right, but it definitely has not been enough so far. They've used the Imprisonment. This is the perfect time to use the Purge now. Try and run him down with the Doom. Get the Infernal Blade. The Centaur conquers.
Oh, no, that was so greedy.
Oh, if he had just hit the slow, he could have followed up. But now he's going to die.
I don't even think that ulti was 100% necessary.
No.
It looked like the tower was just straight up going to kill. Man, he really should have just... He could have set it up, too.
Mm-hmm.
The radius on the War Stomp is so small.
Whoa, Ben-Hur, that was super greedy.
Oh, boy. 4 HP.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea why he felt the need to imprison Teehee like that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Greediness begets greediness, I guess.
Okay, what you have to do if you're Jesse Vash is ward this ancient camp, and then the game is more or less secured for you.
There's no recovery for Sven.
The Sven is so far behind. Spectre is a hero that is not meant to be ahead by any means. The fact that he's this far ahead at this phase of the game is quite a bad sign. It's actually Sven that's supposed to be at this position.
You could see what Jesse did too. He double warded it. This ward blocks out the ancient camp.
Oh, it's really smart.
Yeah, so very unlikely to be countered.
I mean, strategically, it looks like they're gonna go 1-1.
Shard comes out. They're gonna try and blow up Sam H here. Everyone trying to just right click once, and that'll be enough.
Yeah, they still have Ravage too. They can just go for it. TNC was meant to be pressuring here with the type of lineup that they had. Yeah. They could have hit, if everything went well, then they hit a sick timing with their Sven. But he's now forced into a position where he's got to pop God Strength for a double stack.
Really seemed like that Tidehunter screwed them. Tidehunter last pick by Mineski. It's perfect.
Oh, it was really good. They banned out like every other offlaner and they're just like, oh, this is the perfect one. What was the other one they banned?
Oh, they're actually going to go for Raven here. I didn't expect this, but it looks like they should be able to get the kill. The Shuriken comes out.
Oh, Raven doesn't even know who to stun.
Gets nothing out in the process. Ben-Hur was showing himself pretty aggressively at the top lane. He's forced back one hero and forced some rotations in the process.
I think right now, TNC, they've got to go for something somewhat drastic. I guess they have Doom that they think they can fall back on, but everything's getting far behind. Jakiro is cool as a hero, but it just...
If you don't actually win the first 15 minutes of the game with the core Jakiro, you
kind of feels
lost.
pointless.
Yeah,
because you've got an OD who's one of the best late gamers in Dota. They've got so many late game heroes on Mineski. I don't think they anticipated having owned this laning phase so hard, and they've got track.
Yeah,
the rich get richer. It's already 5k gold lead at 11 minutes. This is without...
TPN. Aggressive one here from AU is going to be able to lead with the Doom onto bo3. Has to make sure that the Ravage doesn't come into play, but they're not catching anything besides the Bounty Hunter. He is level 7, so he's actually worth a decent amount of experience comparatively for TNC, but still not enough to really turn this game around by any means.
Yeah, they're going to lose this mid tower anyways. The gold exchange is still pretty good for them because of how far ahead Mineski were, but I think if you're Mineski, you just look for fights centered around the Ravage now. The Doom is gone. Doom and heroes like Disruptor, where the silence consistently pulses and don't just like have a dot effect that can go away, is really good against Tidehunter.
Rotations to top. Mineski, this is just a shooting gallery at this point. You're just able to run down whatever heroes they find, get track kills. Set up opportunities for the Spectre eventually. He didn't have Haunt at that point, but can join in the next kill.
I do like the value point of the Maledict, by the way, against heroes that are hard to kill like the Enchantress and the Doom.
I like it too. I think it's you still want to have maxed out Voodoo Restoration soon against the Doom because the sustain is just completely offsets Doom's damage.
Yeah.
But in the meantime. Man, this is so weird.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Agreed.
Seeing the red target.
Middle tower
The red target of Doom. Raven going for a push. Raging Potato actually misses the dagger. Still going to try and run him down, though. They've got the cask. AU sitting on the side, but he doesn't really have anything here besides Scorched Earth. They're going to turn around and try and go for the quick kill on Raging Potato, but it's just not going to be fast enough as a Ravage comes in, stops that one in its tracks, and they end up getting both kills. Mineski striking back hard here on game number 2, as hard as TNC did in game 1.
In some ways harder.
Yeah.
Because I think Mineski are just like, oh, this is a lot easier than we expected. Their Spectre's getting massive. bo3 is just kind of doing Tide things.
Seems like a total strategy win again.
Yeah, it's just kind of an outpick. Well, I think they could have played better, TNC. Like, they could have made that bottom lane work for them more, but it just didn't. If that bottom lane works out for them, then it's not as bad that your Sven is getting shut down because he has a much easier way of coming back into the game than a Spectre. Because the Spectre relies heavily on the laning phase working out for him. This is an ideal Spectre game now for Raging Potato. He's one of my favorite players at Frankfurt. Doom's gone for the value bracer.
At a certain point, don't you go just straight Radiance though on Spectre?
No.
Really?
I think I asked, I can't remember who I asked about this at Dota Pit, but they think instead of going for the Radiance, the power spike is so good for both the Manta and then the Diffusal. Like, you just deal a lot of damage, it's hard to fight into. I think Radiance, I'm starting to think it's still really good, of course, for what it gives you, but you gotta at least kill Jules.
Run him down.
This is such a big deep
Oh,
dive.
the paralyzing cast is going to cause some serious issues. They're having their damage completely slowed down. They're not going to be able to do anything here. Doom just gets blown up by the OD. And TNC now going to get caught as well as Jesse Devash able to catch the Oracle, who pops the ultimate, doesn't have a TP, so he's just buying time at this point.
He's gonna get hit 10,000 times. There we go. bo3 is gonna go back for his Blink Dagger, and I guess he could go for the Radiance. I don't think it really matters what he goes for though. He's so far ahead of the game right now.
Yeah.
He's already getting close to that coveted 10,000 net worth before 20 minutes.
I guess I figured when you're ahead as a Spectre, I just thought you go Radiance, because once you get the Radiance, it ensures that no matter what happens, you don't fall behind, right? Because you just farm a lot more efficiently.
You can rip apart heroes though.
Yeah.
With this hero, you start to see kind of the weakness of Oracle. It just doesn't do anything when you're behind. The ultimate's kind of cool, but it delays the inevitable.
Jesse knows there's a counter ward now.
I would actually be okay with him getting Radiance. I think there's a good argument for either, but in all honesty, like his dower as it sounds, I think the game it doesn't rely on whatever item he goes anymore. It matters how TNC takes this next fight.
Well, this is awkward. Bounty Hunter already scouted out some of this, and they're now going to go for a 5-man smoke through. They're not going to go the same direction as the Bounty Hunter, obviously. Is this an attempt at Roshan? Yeah, it is.
I like this a lot better than going for a kill. Mineski know for a fact that they're in their jungle, or they think so. But if nothing happens to push in mid or bottom wave or deal with top, then Mineski should know about the Roshan.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And they do.
Yeah. You're going to start TPing in now. Roshan's already down to half health, though.
I think they should still take this fight. YOLO for it. If you can get the concave, it'd be good. Yeah, God Strength is down.
And they don't have their 2 big carry ultimates, but God Strength is down. Ravage is going to be able to land on 3, and Sven barely picks up the Aegis in time as Ben-Hur comes in. He's going to fight it out with Tihu. Managed to get the save there from the Oracle. He should be able to kill Ben-Hur rather easily, but can they deal with the rest of Mineski? We're still fighting strong. TP out, not going to be successful for the Jakiro, but they managed to keep the Aegis still intact. Looks like they're going to lose AU next as he's being caught by bo3. Bouncing Shuriken. They gonna go for it? Yeah, they are.
100% gonna kill him twice.
They've got nothing left. So that'll be the Aegis down now. Any advantage gained is completely gone, and TNC are being run into their tier 4s.
The walk away.
The walk away, and Raven is gonna go down a second time as well, it seems.
Yeah, he doesn't even bother throwing out the stun. Kind of just realizes.
A wipe ×2. Sam H.
Dire's middle tower is
Again,
under
fearlessly TPing into the enemy, but this time around.
The upsetting part for TNC is they didn't even get the gold for the Roshan hit.
Oh, did they not?
Yeah, it was snatched.
Damn.
Mineski take that fight just because they have a good concave around the title tee, and they want to make sure. The strength of Aegis in a game like this is for the ability to go for the push behind your really tanky hero, and hope that Mineski don't want to challenge that. Because a lot of things can happen in a fight like that, but when you're able to just isolate out and make the Aegis useless by killing everybody else on the team first, without the frontliner being able to frontline, it becomes nearly useless.
It's a shame they don't have very much magic damage to go off of this Jakiro.
I think it was a cool concept, but it helped the laning phase. I mean, both these teams, we can tell laning phase is very important for them.
And it didn't even slow down the OT that much.
No, not really.
He was actually up in CS by I think 8 minutes or something.
Yeah, he was at the time he died. The OD was still up 14-11.
Can they catch the Spectre? No, they can't. It's a pretty quick answer.
There's the Radiance.
Radiance now complete. Back to base. He's got the ultimate. If Mineski want to try and make something happen.
Radiant structures
Yeah,
are
the top
fortified.
tower should be going down unless they start rotating people on top of the tower. He's gonna go for the deny.
Radiant's
Adding
top
insult to
tower
injury.
has been denied.
Spectre ults. They're going to try and go for AU here. They have more than enough damage with the help of the Gush. And they'll also catch Raven. Godlike double kill for Raging Potato. He hasn't died once.
They no longer have a way to burst them down either. If you look at TNC's draft, they don't have any catch.
Dire's middle tower
They,
has been
wow,
denied.
they really don't have any initiation.
Doom doesn't even have a Blink Dagger.
Alright, this is how you know this man's poor. He's going back for the fully completed magic wand. The old 20-minute wand.
Alright, they've seen Ben-Hur, I think, with that counter ward. Courier.
Please kill Ben-Hur at least. His entire team showing a top. This is like
Dire's
maximum
top
disrespect.
tower is under
His
attack.
entire team showing a top and he's like trying to snipe couriers behind them. They're just gonna
Dire's
keep
top
going, I
tower
think.
has fallen.
Go mid.
Yeah, there's not really much to say from a strategic ass point anymore, right?
Yeah.
Just TMC, wait for a mistake.
It's what it boils down to. In games like this, TNC's like, let's just hope you guys get overconfident and dive into our base. And Mineski just
Pull a
has to be-
Sam H and
Yeah.
go tier 4s.
If everybody from Mineski does dive into their base like twice, I could see a way for TNC to come back into this game pretty easily. I said pretty easily, like that was something that would happen. 20 minutes in, you're 15k ahead with the Spectre on your team.
Dire's
Yeah.
top tower
Feels good,
is under
man.
attack.
Sven is level 9 and
Alright,
he's
YOLO
got a
smoke.
wand. The bounty hunter is so rich he's got an orchid.
Really? Wow.
I don't even know why.
I mean, he can't go mech. That was one thing. I was like, when I have a mech carrier on my team as bounty hunter, I'm just like, what do I even do?
Get it, I don't know, get a Lotus Orb against Doom.
Yeah.
Isn't that the item? I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's usually Lotus Orb, but it's just like, it feels kind of weird going Lotus Orb like as your first item.
Yeah, I know.
Because normally you go like Arcane's, Mech, Guardian Greaves, Blink Dagger, and then Lotus Orb.
It is awkward. It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah. That hero just doesn't benefit off of
Alright.
most.
TNC, I kind of like this
Wow,
move. They're
utility
saying
items.
we're not going to just lose in our bases. We're going to take the fight to you. And Mineski are like, no. They're just like, that's not going to happen.
They will not go down without a fight.
Everybody from Mineski's just hiding.
Unfortunately.
This is so good by Mineski, though, that they're hiding under there like that as a
Yeah.
group.
Oh my god, now they're going to counter smoke and move forward straight into TNC.
Oh,
They're going to pop
boy.
the Spectre ultimate for the Vision, start seeing some of these heroes. Oracle's the first target. He will be able to complete his TP. Doom quickly falls shortly thereafter. And Ben-Hur is just looking for extra kills. He's got to blink up
They are
in
gonna-
7 seconds.
Nope. All right, so now Mineski.
Dire's
I know it
bottom
sounds
tower is
anticlimactic,
under
but
attack.
it's the position that TNC are in. They don't have enough cores. They've ran the fabled single core Sven. Can't do it. Oh, that OD. They're just diving tier 2s, tier 3s. Don't even care.
Dire's
So,
bottom tower is
what was
under
the
attack.
answer? Was it Death Prophet, right? Is that what you said?
I think DP does okay against OD. He can trade hits, and I think the bigger issue is just that the bottom lane did too little.
Dire's
Yeah.
I don't even
bottom
think the mid
tower
lane was the
has
problem.
fallen.
I think the bottom lane was. Because then, as a result, they couldn't do anything about top. It caused a lot of issues. Like, bo3 just kind of did whatever he wanted this game.
He had a good time. Sam H, gonna be ravaged. CPN from Raven, who was farming up neutrals earlier.
Dire's bottom
He's finally gonna show himself. but not much he's really going to be able to do here.
Dire structures are fortified.
Well, that's a pretty good ice path. Ultimate to follow up, but again, they just have no control over these heroes to make sure they actually stay down. AU is going to die to the OD. Last couple right clicks finishing him off. And bo3.
I think Mineski just forgot about objectives. They're just
Dire's
diving
bottom
non-stop
is
now.
under attack.
That was a cool trick.
They're getting track kills. They're breaking TNC's spirit. That's what they're doing.
It's a good move.
They got to focus on the the full best of 3 strategy.
Yeah. Just start climbing. Okay, that's a 10-0 Spectre who... So many heroes were untouched in this game. That Tidehunter's 4-0 and 20.
Is it like a 12-minute mech?
No, it was faster than that. Give him some credit here. It was like 9-minute Arcane's mech.
Anyway, very one-sided game number 1 for